Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Guys, it's been a minute since we've spoken. A lot has happened since. I've had a lot of content that I've been wanting to bring to you guys, but I've allowed myself some time to process a lot of it and also to see the reactions of other people and other content creators. And it baffles me to see that we have so much that needs to be done as content creators, but I realize that nobody really cares. Nobody really cares about the message and the important messages. So I have decided to literally focus my content on things that are extremely important, regardless of views. So all of us have heard of this story.
A 30-year-old Wits student was killed and then dumped on the street in Lombardy East on Monday. Olato Mongal was reported missing by her friends on Sunday afternoon after she went on a date. According to reports, her date picked her up in a white VW Polo at a place in Giew, Johannesburg. She told her friends that she was going on a first date with someone. She told them that if she doesn't send them location in an hour, they should be worried. After 2 hours of her not sending anything, the friends located her phone through a Find Me app. It was at a house in Bramley. They went to the house and found her bag and cell phone outside. On Monday, community members in Lombardy East saw a white VW Polo drop off something suspicious. They alerted each other in a WhatsApp group, and upon inspection, they found Olato, already deceased. Her body was bruised and she had sustained injuries. A case of murder is currently being investigated.
Now, for those of you who do not know, now you know. Guys, at some stage we need to ask ourselves, what's wrong with us? So you telling me now, girls or women, ladies, are no longer safe to even go out on dates? The reason I'm covering this story is because of some of the comments I saw on social media of people asking, yeah, you ladies like guys with cars. Now you see what happens. So ladies should settle for guys with no cars because guys with no cars don't unalive them. Some people were like, why didn't she just use an Uber? Why? Because we've never heard of stories of Uber drivers unaliving, raping ladies. It's so sickening to think that we have created a society that looks at the reason behind what happened rather than what happened. There is no excuse for anybody to go out on a date or to leave their home and not return home safe. Guys, we are creating a society so unsafe for women that we can't even focus on anything else. How do we focus on changing the constitution? How do we focus on what Ramaphosa did in America when our mothers, our sisters are unsafe out there? And do you know where the problem becomes? The problem starts when we start entertaining shit like this.
We're getting these figures from eThekwini, but we know this is happening around the country. It is extremely worrying and it is extremely scary. Technically, it is rape. It is statutory rape because we're looking at the concern.
Technically, it is rape, statutory rape. Technically, 8,000 pregnancies reported in KwaZulu-Natal of children between the age of 10 and 14. 8,000. Just KwaZulu-Natal alone. We're not talking about Gauteng, Eastern Cape, or any other provinces. How? I honestly believe parents need to start being held accountable. Schools need to start being held accountable. Because then change will happen. Because how, guys? Do the parents not know who these men who are sleeping with their children are? Because guys, I'm telling you, I've seen situations where parents are pimping their children. Parents need to start being sentenced for negligence. Because maybe then they'll become part of their children's life. Deadbeat dads who are not part of their children's life. If your child gets raped or anything happens to your child, you must face prison time. Because why were you not there in that child's life to protect that child? mothers. Look at the Kwekwe story. This is the outcome of the Kwekwe story.
We've got a statement that's come through from the MPA, from the desk of Advocate Ntunzi Maga, who is, of course, the national spokesperson of the MPA, with the MPA having confirmed its decision not to prosecute anyone in the Kwekwe sexual assault case due to insufficient evidence.
So that was the outcome. Nobody was found guilty. It's done, kaput, finished, gone. We're no longer hearing about Kwekwe. The principal is living his life. The driver is living his life. 8,000 children pregnant.
There being older men who are targeting young girls, they're targeting children. Clarify for us the rules around, or the laws around abortion when it comes to girls as young as 10.
So thank you, Rebecca, for having me. And this is something that I'm glad we're talking about it, because it is it requires much urgency. When it comes to any woman, so when it comes to the laws of abortion, any woman, regardless of age, is actually entitled to make a decision to have a termination of pregnancy. But having said that, we understand that below the ages of 18, and even more so below the ages of 16, whether we're looking at the mental capacity of the girl that is pregnant, the situation or the background of how that pregnancy occurred. You mentioned something about statutory rape. So those other things come into play, where it then is important for a young girl.
The reason I continue to play that video so I can make this following statement. Everything she's saying is masiba. It is nonsense. It is rubbish. You know why? Because no grown man should have his manhood in a child. Guys, the age of consent is 18. 18. She's still young. It's 18. You don't need to go any younger than 18. Like, what are we doing? How is it that we have a law? Guys, there should be no law. As long as she's under the age of consent, that man needs to go to prison, period. Why even are we locking up these people? Why are we feeding them with our taxpayers' money? Why are we even giving them a second chance at anything? These are our children. Guys, listen, at some stage, we need to start asking ourselves, are the laws there to protect, defend the innocent, or what? Because at this stage I'm beginning to wonder. But anyways, there's an update on the young girl's case.
So police have finally made a breakthrough in the Olato Mongal unaliving case. Olato went on a date with a man she recently met and was seen getting inside a white Polo and disappeared. Her body was later found in Lombardy in Johannesburg. And now police say they've not only found the vehicle, but they've also identified 2 suspects they believe are directly linked to her unaliving. They've launched a manhunt for these 2 men. Here they are. A third man was arrested, and this man is actually the owner of this Polo. So police say initial information led them to a lodge in Q Santon, where the 2 men had apparently booked a room, but then further intelligence led them to the home of one of the men in Komashu in Durban, and they eventually found the car at a warehouse in Phoenix, and the car had traces of blood in it. Now, police are warning the public that these 2 men are very, very dangerous, and they've been warned not to approach them.
Guys, this thing has become so complicated. We're talking Phoenix, we're talking Durban, we're talking we're talking 2 men, we're talking... you guys have made life so uncomfortable. Like, especially imagine if you are single right now and trying to date and trying to go out on a date. And, there are some ladies that are comfortable to come to a guy's house. They are very comfortable with it. But this nonsense that you guys have created has made situations extremely difficult. Ladies, start asking these men to send you their IDs, their bank statements stamped with their address. If they're inviting you over to their place with that address where their place is coming, if they have their own car, ask them to send you a registration of the car with the car registration showing their name. I don't care if the person is not willing to go to those extents to prove themselves to you that you are safe. Rather not just do it, because at this stage I don't even know what to say. This is disgusting. Remember, a 7-year-old child was raped and nobody was found guilty. Now this. What's next? I'm your boy Uncle P, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Cheers.